Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and it's a review, okay, but it's also a car conversation on JayLeesCorner, okay? Happy Monday to everybody. Happy Monday, okay? I know I've been off the channel since, Thursday and stuff, but it's okay. We are back today for the Housewives of Atlanta, Season 16, Episode 6, I believe it's episode either 5 or 6, one of the two. It'll be in the title. I will be live tonight for a gossip chat. You know, it's in a hot topic chat tonight at 9 of the PMs of the Eastern time and stuff. Come on through for that. Let's just go ahead and get into the episode, because we had a lot of housewives that didn't have Britt child on Watch What Happens Live. I feel like Bravo was doing their due diligence and say, you know what, we're gonna pacify Britt because she thinks, oh my god, I was done so wrong. Kenya was targeting me. And I think they're also allowing Britt to be seen as another villain in her own right, okay? Because why else? And Britt made this be too stupid to comprehend what's going on and stuff. Okay, so last night's episode of the events of Housewives of Atlanta, let's do a couple things, because the real thing is Britt and her bullshit. So Drew, we see Drew at home, her the kids, you know, Drew and Ralph are still divorcing while living up under the same roof, and Ralph is in the basement. And every couple weekends or whatever, one of them has to leave the house so the other one can have full reign of the house. So this is Brooke. This is Drew's weekend to leave and allow Ralph to have full reign of the house with him and the kids, okay? So Drew, like usually when I leave, he don't come upstairs until I'm gone. And for some reason, this particular day, Ralph came upstairs to talk to, mess with the big Ryan. She's like, well, that's why you with me. That's weird. Hey, I guess you think I'm leaving. My bag is packed. I just haven't left yet. And so Drew then said, hey, let's chit-chat a little bit. So Drew then says, you know, the pest control. You know, pest control just means you want to control pests to not come around. You know, it could be for spiders, flies, roaches, or whatever, I don't know. But, you know, she tells Ralph, you know, I have been handling the pest control, but per my lawyer, per the court documents, per the reports of the courts, you are supposed to be the one handling that. Now, I think Ralph said in the past, he is the person responsible for all the house bills, house maintenance. That would include pest control. So Drew had been covering it, but if per the court order, you are supposed to cover it. Her saying, hey, I've been doing it, but it's supposed to be up on you. Well, then do it. Ralph was, why can't you do it? You ain't doing shit else. It's like, you know, all right, Ralph, I'm leaving. I have to go. Bye. And so she leaves. Ralph having a confessional is insane to me. Like, the fact that we're getting a back and forth of Ralph and Drew, but not Kenya and Brit is crazy. I think if Ralph can have a confessional, Kenya needs one too, in my opinion, okay? But Ralph wants to make it seem as if Drew ain't got shit else going on. You know, she's just fucking with me, blah, 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 blah. But Ralph, we don't care. Ralph, you will always be a villain with your slanted forehead, slanted head ass. You will always be a villain in this story, okay? Because whatever. I felt like even his response to Drew was like, wow, it was like aggressive or whatever. It was negative. It was a negative response, in my opinion. And I was like, just say, okay, either say, okay, whatever, or I'll have my lawyer look into it. But Ralph want to fuss and argue, okay? He came upstairs to fuss and argue. Even if him and Drew set that shit up, either way it go, Ralph is still a villain, okay? Let's get into Shamia. Shamia at the casino, at the studio. it was Shamia, it was Drew, it was Angela. I love Angela's energy, because she be around and not have to do too much, but she still has the presence or whatever. So Shamia is doing music. She's doing an album. She's working with RL from Next. We can be friends. Him, Devin Cox. I went by mothers, saw your car there. Anyway, yeah, she's working with RL. And what I do like is Shamia and Drew are both doing what is supposed to be done while on this show. Hold on, y'all. Construction. They're rebuilding one of the freeways here. Drew and Shamia are making sure to get their music shown on here. Them making the music. Hold on. Them making the music. Them singing. They're showing their talent. Okay, it's what's supposed to be done. So seeing her in the studio, her being kind of upset at how Porsha played her, like, oh, is that Drew's song? Bitch, no, it ain't Drew's song. But Porsha is being Porsha, and Porsha wants to point all the other fingers at everyone but her. But it was cute seeing Shamia there or whatever. Drew sometimes goes too far. Because Drew said, yeah, that's what Dennis did to me. Dennis is really, he helped me on my, and again, Drew's album is amazing. Whatever Dennis did to help Drew get there is great. And even though Dennis may be known as a hot dog king or whatever, it seems he's also a good producer. Okay? More money for Pilar. And that is what Drew said. But to play devil's advocate, Dennis said that first. Dennis said, yeah, if we can make this be a good album or whatever, I can help pay for Pilar's school. So Dennis said that a couple episodes ago. So Drew was technically repeating it, but I'm pretty sure Porsha found a reason to, why mention my daughter? I am a single mother. I am going to divorce her. Why mention? I know Porsha gonna use that comment to beef with Drew. Why? Because Porsha got shit else to do. But Drew, just stop. Okay. Kelly is also going through divorce with her husband or whatever, who was a resident and whatnot. We kind of don't care because we can't see we don't know the husband. We ain't seen the husband. Even when she discusses their divorce and what's going on, it's kind of like in code because she can't fully say things or whatever. So when folks can't fully express what's going on, I lose interest or whatever. But again, she's going through her daughter who was like 17, I think at this point, says how the stepdaddy kind of don't want nothing to do with her now, because some folks say, hey, when you divorcing the other parent who wasn't a parent, was a step parent, sometimes step back, whatever. So the daughter was like, I can see how he doesn't really care about me. He doesn't really want to interact with me. He ain't called me, you know what I'm saying? So he had to wash his hands of me. And that's hard. I feel for Kelly going through what she's going through, because I'm not saying her divorce is any less, hard. I'm just saying we don't have enough backstory. We ain't seen the shit happen. We don't know him. But it's still a hard thing to go through. Okay. What else happened? We seen Shamia and Porsha hanging out at a little event. Not even event, like a little fun house or whatever. I don't care, because Porsha and Shamia are not real friends in real life currently. And Porsha will always be a child. Porsha is an energy sucker. I feel like Porsha only is a good friend when she needs you to help her look good. And because Shamia is able to stand her on 2 feet on the show as an anchor, Porsha to me is kind of slowly but surely kind of, sidestepping or whatever. Kelly, let's get to Brit. I think that's all that happened with them people. Whatever I missed, y'all is fine. The episode opens up with Brit at home crying with her husband. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. For someone to do that, to want to embarrass me. And I'm not saying Brit doesn't have a reason to feel hurt and upset or whatever. What I am saying is Brit started a fight. Brit concocted a beef with Kenya. And now she's pissed because Kenya took it too far in what she did. Truthfully. Okay, we get that. But Brit started this fight with Kenya, and now she's crying victims are getting burned. Okay? Period. Stop starting shit and expecting people to play fair. Because Kenya did not play fair in how far she went at getting back at Brit. But Brit, you started it for no reason besides wanting to have showtime on this show. So that's on you. You know, Britt sang when I was a teenager. Now, we don't know how old, 18, 19, we don't know. So when I was a teenager, I did allow my boyfriend at the time to record me sucking some dick. You know, and then when she got off to do some webcam work as an adult. We don't know what footage Kenya used, but Britt insinuating on camera, she never said Kenya showed the underage stuff, so we don't know what happened. But them implying that Bravo allowed Kitty POR in to air on the show is insane to me, because that makes them liable. Because why would y'all, in my opinion, if what Kenya show was underage stuff, they wouldn't have aired the event. So I don't believe that what Kenya showed was anything underage. I think that was Britt just saying, I sucked some dick as a child. Girl, so what? Okay. Suck a dick. If you are having sex with someone your age and y'all just doing whatever, girl, okay. So I'm assuming Bravo did not let that air, because if they did, Bravo is the villain. Okay, if Bravo allowed the scene to play out, that if what Kenya showed was something done while Britt was under 18, and Kenya showed that, and Bravo knew that, and Bravo still used all of this to promote the show, Bravo ain't shit. So I don't think what Kenya showed was that, because that's insane. That's completely insane. But we shall see. So again, she's crying. Oh my God, I've been therapy. I've been in bed. I've been crying. Oh my God. If what Kenya showed was stuff that she recorded as an adult that was already public, which is what Kenya said, that she did some work publicly on the public spectrum of the internet, and that's what she was showing. I don't understand how someone does something that is meant for the public and gets upset when the public sees it. Okay, that's just my brain. Because if there was anything I did publicly that became public knowledge, I would not be mortified. Because it seemed like she didn't do it too long ago. It seemed like it was when she was an adult. It seemed like the husband know who his wife is. So I feel like the people there seeing it, girl, fuck them people. Fuck them. Britt is reacting as if a private moment with her boyfriend and her husband was exposed. That's when I feel like you should be mortified, because you wasn't doing it for anyone else but that one person. So if you did stuff for people to see you and to whack off on, how you pissed off, in my opinion, okay? But she's entitled to her opinions. So she's crying victim. I can't believe girl, again, don't punch me in my face and get pissed if I punch you in your throat and you choke. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like Britt caused all of this shit. She did. You know, we see Kelly come over to talk to her. Oh my God, friend, blah, 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 bloop. And we see all that shit. Her mama come over into the league. Fuck your mama, respectfully. Your daughter ain't shit. Your daughter is a rock-throwing, hand-hiding heifer, and I can see her for her works. None of this has anything to do with what Kenya did. I'm speaking directly on Britt's part in what Kenya did. Because no person that I've seen has said, oh yes, Kenya was 100% right. Folks have said, I get why she did it based on Britt fucking with her. And Kenya just went too far. I think that way too. Britt said, oh my God, she's hazing me, she's bullying me, she's messing with me. And Kenya said, okay, you want to see bullying, bitch? Boom. And it got Kenya sat down. The end scene we see where Porsha. I forgot about Porsha. They was all over Shamia house. So they was all discussing how this all came about, and you know, upset what Kenya did. And we see all the ladies together. It was Drew, Kelly, Angela, Porsha, and Shamia talking at Shamia's house. And they all feel like, you know, they did not agree with Kenya's actions or whatever. So while I'm sitting around on a little balcony at Shamia's amazing house, and they're trying to ask Drew about her divorce, and Angela smartly said, nah, Porsha, how you gonna get a divorce? Because let's get on Porsha's shit. Okay, Porsha, what you doing? Because she also asked Porsha, why did you say that you had info on my husband? Oh, well, I was joking. I realized I don't know you. You don't know me. So, my joke, I shouldn't have did that. I was playing. On Porsha speak on the type of thing on her YouTube. She made it seem as if at the restaurant, her and Angela discussed it as a joke. But on here, it seems as if they didn't have that conversation at the restaurant. So I was like, girl, bye. So when she said, why did she ask her husband when we discussed it? It seems like y'all did not discuss it until at Shamia's house. So that's why she asked her husband about it. But whatever. But I was joking. I was lying. I was lying for camera time. Whatever. But Porsha brings, it's so hard, me and Simon divorcing, you know what I'm saying? And I thought he was the one he isn't. And then Pilar called him Papa. She called him, why your child calling that man Papa? He ain't been around that long. That man ain't Papa. That is Mr. Guardia. That is Mr. Simon. Okay, but whatever. And Pilar was so, she asked like, where's Papa? But no, she called him Simon. And she used to call him Papa, but she called him Simon now. Okay, whatever. Where's he at? He said work. He's gonna be gone for a while. And Porsha up in faking tears. And because I texted Simon. I said, Pilar asked about you, and Simon didn't respond. Bitch, did you not see how he ignored Fallon and her kids when they separated? Like, Simon showed Porsha exactly who he was in his divorce with Fallon, and Porsha ignored it. Porsha played, it won't happen to me. Simon and Fallon have been married, I think, for 3 or 5 years. And he was a father figure to her 3 sons. And Fallon said when they separated, he cut ties with her kids. So you knew exactly how he treated the children of his ex-wives. He walked out their life. He like, bye, bitch. Okay. So what made you feel that you were different or that Pilar was different? You expecting more from a scheming, scamming ass ex-husband who showed you exactly who he was and his treatment to his former ex-wife. Bitch, don't cry me no tears, Argentina. Okay? I can't believe he would not respond. Also, don't use your daughter as a bargaining tool for him to contact y'all. If you see how he treated you, why would you even want him around your child? Period. So, girl, the fuck bye. Back to Britt and them at this peace dinner that Kelly set up. Britt is full of shit. Britt was upset because Kelly didn't say how everybody had already talked to Kenya and knew how Kenya felt, which then made Britt upset that they talked to her. I'm like, bitch, what makes you think folks are going to completely wash their hands up? They're going to still ask her how you feeling, what's going on, why did you do that? So, girl, you think you won, but you didn't. People still want to, get both sides of things or whatever. So we had that whole conversation, which I can't believe they would talk to Kenya and why do that and why care about what you're doing. Look what she did to me. And I'm the victim of it all. Adult women have the right to want to talk to or figure out things from the other side. And some of them are friends with, and they like Kenya. They just don't like what she did in that instance. So again, Brooke wanted to come and either replace Kenya. She wanted to, humble Kenya. She wanted beef with a big dog, and so to speak. And Kenya just was stupid enough to allow Britt to push her to that level. But whatever. And so she had that frustration. And then when Shamia mentioned, because Britt told me that because of this whole ordeal, she lost her insurance license. And Angela said, how that happened? Now, she asked a general, simple question, which made Britt, what you mean? If you're not in the room, girl, Britt get all up in arms, all upset. She wants to fuss with Angela. And she's like, wait, hold on, girl. I just asked a simple question. And I love that Angela clocks in. She's like, first of all, you are a hot, throw the rock high, no hands persons. How you get upset? You're not acknowledging how we even got here. Meaning, you fucking with Kenya. You having an issue with Kenya when there was no issue is how we got here. And again, no one is negating or ignoring what Kenya did, but Britt wants to ignore what she did that caused the whole thing. And I appreciate Angela, clocking that tea. And also how Britt is out here trying to lie for attention and sympathy, because her telling Shamia that she lost her license, and with Angela also being a license holder, you can't lose your license off a rumor. That ain't how it goes. So they fussing back and forth, and I'm like, I love Angela on this show. She's a great addition. So is Shamia, and so is Kelly. Britt was the worst decision Bravo could have made for Atlanta. She really was. Because I think they thought folks would side with Britt, and they're seeing Britt isn't likable. She isn't. And Britt not being likable has nothing to do with Kenya directly. It's because Britt is an unlikable person in general. Okay? So they separate and they move Angela to the other side. Shamia then says, okay, but how, with the licensing? Because you told me you lost it. So it happened. And, well, you know, when there's because of the defamation or whatever, there's an investigation into me. And she said, right. Angela's point was, you lied that you lost your license, because you don't lose it. That's not true. Britt be saying shit for sympathy. And when you say something for somebody around someone who don't know how it goes, it makes them feel bad. It's like, no, that's not how. She lied and did not want Angela to expose her lie. That she never lost her license, ever. Even on Bravo, she said, oh no, it was an investigation, and after the investigation, I'll be cleared or whatever. So she has not lost her license. So again, I don't like Britt. And me not liking Britt does not mean that Kenya was right. It just means Britt is not likable. Britt is also a villain. Britt can't be trusted. Fuck Britt. And that's on that. What else happened? I thought that was it. And each person was like, you know, what Kenya did wasn't right. However, you also need to admit what you did. And I think in these scenes, this is before Britt was being honest about her side. I think this is when Britt was playing victim. You know what I'm saying? And we don't like it. Now, even on Watch What Happens Live, when Andy said, so what did Kenya do or say to you that made you go after her and have this hard on for Kenya? Britt, even after a year, because this happened last summer. It's been almost a year. The fact that Britt did not concoct a lie of something Kenya did shows she's dumb. Meaning there was nothing that Kenya did or said that warranted you going after her as if she had an issue with you. And even the ring comment, he's like, no, it can't just be that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Britt don't make no damn sense. So he asked her too, like, did you have a gun on it that night? She said, no, I never had a gun. Even though we see a clip of her on the interview saying she always has a pistol on her. So Andy said, you know, there was an investigation, and, you know, through the investigation, they found out that she did not have a gun on her that night. I don't know if that means they just asked people around if they saw her with a gun and they said no. But the only reason she was not reprimanded was because there's a rule that you can't have weapons on set. And because they did not see they did not find a weapon that she had allegedly that night, that her part was cleared. So I'm like, but the threat, the mention of a pistol should have still got her something, and nothing happened, and that's why Kenya retaliated. Girl, I don't know. Britt said, Kenya wanted to be for me. She had an issue with me. She didn't like me, blah, blah, blah. And all this shit that doesn't make any sense. And I feel like, girl, you're going to forever be the villain. Period. Like, you're a victim in part of it. Because, again, what Kenya did was wrong. However, you're not innocent either. So, we don't want you here. And that has, me not wanting her here has nothing to do with Kenya. It's all about, my feelings on Britt has nothing to do with Kenya. It's strictly based on how Britt is as an individual, as a human being. I hate her voice. I hate her nose. I like her antics. And I think she thinks it's Love and Hip Hop, and it isn't. She brings down the property value. And that's okay to not have her come back. Period. Anyway, y'all, I'm at work, so I want y'all to enjoy y'all Monday. Again, I will be live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time for a gossip chat of hot topics or whatever. Y'all put in the comment section what I missed, because I may have missed some stuff or whatever. But yeah, I don't like Britt, and Britt does not need to come back. And again, that's nothing to do with what Kenya did, because what Kenya did was wrong. But Britt ain't innocent. Britt started a fight and got pissed that her opponent did not play fair. Her opponent, girl. She's pissed her opponent did not play fair. And sometimes in a fight, people don't play fair. It's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? But don't start fights. Anyway, I gotta go. Peace.